Welcome everyone to Weekly Insights by Rabbi Lankry. We hope to be sharing with everyone some fabulous insights that will enhance and transform our lives so that we can spread the ancient wisdom of the Torah. Vayakom melech hadash al Mitzrayim. We open up the book of Shemot, Exodus, with the story of Jews being enslaved and ultimately our redemption. Vayakom melech hadash al Mitzrayim, and there's a new king. Well, all the kings, their names were Pharaoh, but this king is a new Pharaoh, or maybe he's just changed his attitude. And what's his concern? Let's get smarter than the Jews, which is kind of difficult. They're going to multiply, they're going to join our enemies, and they're going to wage a war. There'll be a fifth column. And they'll leave. Hello, generally when a fifth column is waging war, they want to take over the country. So here they're going to wage war just to leave. But here the introduction to Mr. Paro is, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to see how his entire country, the most wealthiest and the most powerful country of back in the day, falls apart just because of one simple attribute, and that's called a lack of recognition. Hakarat Tov. Asher lo zachar et Yosef. He doesn't remember Joseph, the guy that saved the country, saved all of humanity in that region, made Egypt the world power. So just because he can't have a little recognition and say thank you and ingratiate his children and grandchildren, he wages a war and he ultimately loses. Bad decision. Then we're introduced to another individual, Yocheved, the mother of Moshe Rabbeinu. At the age of 130, she gives birth to this beautiful child. 130 is quite old to have a child, and it's not enumerated as a miracle. But what's fascinating is the location that she is born. Yocheved herself was born between the walls of Egypt upon the entry with Yaakov and his family and the 70 souls coming into the land of Egypt. We don't know where Sarah was born. We don't know where Rivka, Rachel. We don't know where any of the women were born. All of a sudden, the Torah comes and teaches us Yocheved was born between the walls. And it's a very fascinating insight. And it's so reassuring for us. And the lesson behind that is that the moment that we were put into exile, as Jacob is coming with his family, entering the walls of Egypt, at that morning Yocheved, the mother that will bring the salvation to the Jewish people, was born. We have to know and we have to understand that when we're going through challenging times, right before the challenge hits, the solution was already there. And that's Yocheved being born upon the entry to the land of Egypt. Then we meet Batya. She goes down to the river. She wants to join the Jewish nation. She sees a child's basket in the distance. She outstretches her hand, and miraculously her hand reaches. Her hand stretches many, many feet. And it comes back, luckily for her, otherwise she would have been quite ugly. When you want a miracle and you want to do something really good, and you put all your effort in, possible, because the basket was hundreds of feet away, and she says, no, I want to try to reach it, even though she can't. When you do everything you can, and you've maximized your effort, you can expect a miracle. But the greatest person of the parsha that we're going to meet is Moshe Rabbeinu, the person that's going to be the leader to take us out of the land of Egypt. So Moshe Rabbeinu is taken into the house of Paro by Batya, grows up on the lap of Paro, is exposed to all the luxuries and all the wealth, and he's taken in as a son to Paro. So much so that Paro's next child, he calls him Ach Musa, the brother of Moses. That's how much he loved Moses. And what does the Torah tells us? Vayigdal hayeled. He grows up. Vayetze, and he goes out to see his brothers. What do you mean? It was so simple for him to just shy away, live a life of luxury, look the other way, and everything would have been wonderful. He says, no, but I associate myself, you know who my brothers are? Not the palace, not the luxuries. It's the people that are in duress, the slaves, that's my brothers. That's the maker of a leader. You know what the maker of a leader is? He cares about every individual. He cares about the underdog. He cares about the downtrodden. He cares about the people that nobody cares about. You know, as we live in our world today, and elections and presidential elections and all types of elections arise, you got to look at the candidates and you got to ask yourself a simple question. Do they really care about the people, or do they have agendas that they wish to accomplish? Moshe Rabbeinu was a person that put himself second and put the people first. And that's the leader of the Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for watching. Please click right over here to subscribe to our other videos that will be coming shortly. Thank you.